that devotees empty, they pump out the water from Radha Kund and Shyam Kund so that they clean, because in the mud many things end up that don't belong there. So I included this photo where we can see how it actually looks when they pump up the water. And if you see this kind of rectangular shape in the middle, that is the original Kankan or Kanchana Kund. Yes, it's so wonderful. And the devotees, of course, everyone is in full bliss when this happens, and they all go and they help to clean, and they take bath in the mud. It's wonderful, wonderful. And this is actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came and he discovered the lakes at that time, Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. When he came, they were just two muddy fields with a bit more water, right? And he asked the villagers if they know about two kundas, and they said yes, yes. And at that time they called them Gauri Ket and Kali Ket. Gauri, the golden one, and Kali, the black one. That's how they were known. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discovered them, and then Raghunadas Goswami, when he came to live here, actually then he took the instructions of Jiva Goswami and he rebuilt the lakes in this form that we know them today. I like that. It's beautiful.
Who rebuilt Raghunath?
Sorry? Raghunadas Goswami, yes, yes. At first he had some doubts, should he do that? And then at the time when he was considering that and meditating on that, I think a wealthy merchant came forward and said that he would like to offer some financial means for the kundas to be rebuilt. And then he understood that this is Radharani's arrangement, and he followed it with that. So from there, this is actually the Samadhi of Raghunadas Goswami, which is on the bank of Radhakund. Many of you have seen it, and those who haven't, from last year we have a short video that is coming, I think, right next to it, because Raghunadas Goswami, he's most intimately connected to Radhakund. He lived there for many years. He did his bhajan there, his samadhi is there, and he's also in our tradition, so we go to him and we do the parikrama around the samadhi. We offer our obeisances, so let's see how that looks. Sorry. Radhakund is straight there through the door. For those of you who have been, let me try to. And the samadhi is right here. That's the samadhi, and then we will go even closer and we will get the darshan of, that was in Kartik last year, Raghunadas Goswami ki. And here are devotees who do kirtan 24 hours in shifts. And here were our devotees with Keshava Maharaj, sorry. And because Braj Mandal Parikrama was going there, our Braj Mandal Parikrama, here is Keshava Swami dancing in ecstatic kirtan. Oh, sorry. This was the real Vrindavan experience, including the noise. It was very loud. I mean, not the noise, but very loud. Should have.
Building around, you saw the column with the samadhi, the little building around it. Is that also dedicated to Raghunath?
Yes, that's the kind of the samadhi, the built samadhi. Yeah, that whole space. We went through to the, if I would go somewhere back here, so this is samadhi. And then here there is entry, and inside there is that cone which represents the actual place of the.
Building around it is also.
It's a part. Yeah, you can say like that. Like with Prabhupada, if you go to Vrindavan, there is Prabhupada Samadhi Mandir, so Prabhupada actual samadhis in there, and the whole building is kind of samadhi. Yes. So that's.
But it was not his bhajan material.
Not as far as I know, but it's his samadhi. Kutir.
So what is samadhi?
What is samadhi? Yes, that's a good question. Samadhi is when a great devotee, when a pure devotee of the Lord, when they leave their body, we don't burn their bodies. Like if a person like me, one day when I leave the body, I hope there will be some kind Vaishnavas to burn this body and to place the ashes into Yamuna. But with pure devotees of the Lord, we don't burn the body. We consider their bodies to be purified, sanctified by the purity of their consciousness. So we preserve the body, and then that preserved body is placed into I think usually salt is used to preserve the body, and they dig a hole in the ground, and then they place the body, usually in a nice posture like this. They tie the chin with the cloth so that this doesn't happen. So they place the body in this position. They fill it with salt, the hole, and then with another earth, and then that's the place of samadhi. And for some devotees, if they choose that the body is burnt, but then we keep those ashes, we consider them sacred, and then we place them in a certain place, and then we make a samadhi there. And so for us, it's a place of reverence and worship, and we who are connected to these pure devotees, we go there, we pray to them, pray because they are still present there. Oh, that's wonderful thing when we are speaking about the presence. Like this year, wonderful devotee, our devotee, ISKCON devotee, who lives already for quite some years at Radhakund. So she already knows many devotees there who are local, who are Babas there, who do bhajan for many years. And actually she heard from someone who lives already for 40 years there, and he speaks fluent Hindi and Braj Bhash, and he asked once these devotees who are sitting in the kirtan, who are doing 24 hours shifts, as we saw at the end, these few devotees on the side who were doing kirtan. Because when you do 24-hour kirtan there, it's not like in Krishna Balaram that you will have huge crowds dancing and singing with you, and people will get to recognize you as a great kirtaniya who is sitting there in the kirtan. No one will know you there. There has to be some bhav, some devotion to continue doing that service for many years without interruption. So this devotee of ours, he asked them, how come? Why do you do it? Where do you find the inspiration? And then they said that, and this happened recently, I'm not speaking 100 years ago, I'm not even speaking 50 years ago, like recently, like 10, 15 years ago, devotees who were there at the night shift where there is no one, really middle of the night, it's not even, no one is still there. And then they saw a person showed up, coming out from this building, and not building, from construction, from the samadhi, but from the construction. A person showed up, a sadhu, dressed only in loincloth, only in, like, if you would put gamsha around your waist, a male person. And he showed up and he went out and he took bath in Radhakund, and then he returned back, and before going back, he looked at them and he gave his blessings, and then he disappeared. And this is something that really happens often. We think, oh, these are the pastimes that happened, but years or hundreds of years ago, no, all the Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunadas Goswami, they're still present in the same way that Radharani and Krishna are still present, and they're performing their pastimes at Radhakund at every noon, every midnight. We just don't have the eyes to see yet. So, yes? Was that good? Answer? Satisfactory?
Yes, thank you.
Good. It's good to ask questions, then we all learn something. These are special deities. As you can see on the bottom of the photo, I didn't make the picture. I think it's not allowed to make pictures at this point. But these are at Purana Mandir. Purana means ancient. And this is one of when you enter Radhakund, when Kundeshwar, there is also Lord Shiva protecting Radhakund immediately at the entrance of it. And just a bit further, there is one small street up left. and many miss it, but when you go up to that street, there is a beautiful old temple with these deities, Radha Krishna deities. And the original deities, these are not the ones, they were, unfortunately, original ones were stolen by the thieves or by some eager devotees, but these are Pratibhu deities. That means they have the same potency. And these were the deities that were found in the Kund when Raghunath Das Goswami was rebuilding. And when he was making a bigger frame, these were the deities that were found, Radha Krishna. They're small deities, beautiful, and in the courtyard there is a huge peepal tree and neem tree, and they are intertwined. And in Vrindavan, when you have two trees intertwined, especially if the bark of one is whitish and the bark of another one is blackish, you understand that this is Radha and Krishna, the representation of Radha and Krishna. So I included this because many devotees miss them. They are a bit out of the parikrama mark around Radha Kund. So that's how parikrama looks sometimes. There is even some devotees, one small group of male devotees, they come with the bullock cart. They have these two beautiful and huge bulls. They are literally taller than me, their heads. They're huge, and they are pulling the bullock cart, and this is how what is being pulled looks like. This is the back of it. Here at the front are usually the bulls, and here at the back you see there is a nice picture with Krishna. There are Gornitai deities, I believe, maybe even right at this point. They're here, and devotees usually have here a lot of, usually bananas, and they distribute bananas to Brijbasis and some other sweets if devotees had time to make. And wonderful devotees like this, Prabhu, they take care of the bulls. And this is at one, we stopped one village after Radhakund, and there were fields with flowers. There was our encampment, fields with flowers, and there was only this one small house, and there was one family. This is the daughter-in-law of the mother and father of the family, and they were so inviting and welcoming, and they wanted to cook for us. They started making rotis, and then she was like, "You want to try?" I said, yes, and then she made me, she taught me how to roll it. Actually, they don't roll it. Mistake. You will see, I think, in the next video. They just do like this. It's amazing. They have a bowl of dough, and then they're throwing it like this, and it's getting bigger, and then they place it here next to the wall of this oven that is made simply of mud and some straw and sand, and then it puffs up. And there is nothing more tasty in this world than warm braj roti, and they even had ghee from their own cows. So so here you can see a bit of how is that done. Look now, she'll start making. Yeah, just like that. No need even for the rolling pin. Just like. Now look, just a few seconds and done. For me, it took much longer, to be honest. And you see, here there was a previous one that is now baking, and then they take it out, and it's the best thing. And then sometimes she's using here the wood, but sometimes they even have dried cow dung patties, and when they put that, the taste, because that also the smoke, that gives the special taste. So then I went to her home, and then she asked me, "So where are you? Where are you sleeping?" I said, in the tent number 10. She said, "Okay, now you," and we don't speak the same language, but we somehow communicated. She was kind of saying, "Okay, I'll come to visit you. You came to visit me, so I'll come to visit you." I said, "Okay." And then she came, and then she was insisting that we have photos together. And the first photo, I was just next to her, And then second one, she said, no, now you have to go into my lap and I will hold you. Brijbasis are so sweet. They're so sweet. Yes, that's me. That's me. That's in the inside of our tent. And of course, they are mostly serious. Here I could get a bit of smiling from her, but they don't open their mouth when they take photo. And we had a photo. It was so, she was like, yeah, I come to visit you, you know, like we are friends now. It's the one thing, yeah, when bridge buses accept you, it's like your family now. And it just takes very short. This is one special darshan. I forgot the exact name of the village, but we were passing there right at the time when the sun was rising. It was still early. And the temple is a very small, like a hut, maybe of this side where Prabhupada is seated, not so tall, but of that size, like width and breadth, and not so tall. And then you can just look through the door, through the opening, and you see Lord Nisimhadev. It's not so often that you see Lord Nisimhadev in Braj, but he is there, and of course on the side of him is Prahlad Maharaj, yes, who else? And it's beautiful because the sun that was rising was shedding or giving light exactly to Lord Nisimhadev. It was really like magical moment that we caught there. There are these times in Braj, like you are walking through Braj or you are there, and then there are moments where you think, you don't think, you feel like the curtain is moved a bit and I can actually enter, and one cannot express with words, one can really feel it in the heart. Like we heard from Prabhupada, how do you know Krishna is God? You feel it in your heart. This is, Mataji, you said that the trees of Braj can give you entrance, and surely it's true. There are such beautiful trees and huge, big trees in Vrindavan. I specifically made a photo of this one. Look how beautiful. These are actually the flowers at the end of the branches, this whitish, yellowish. And yes, every tree in Vrindavan, I was looking at this, you have here these beautiful trees in front of the guest house, especially one, this huge one. But no matter how beautiful and huge, they are still only trees, only living beings like you and me. But this tree, or these trees in Braj, they're all kalpavrikshas. They can fulfill every desire. And it's recommended if we go to Braj to find a tree that we connect to, we have a relationship to. We can go and give water every day, or we can also worship Tulsi. She's also growing there. And we can ask them to fulfill all our spiritual desires.
We consider them as rasiks, all the devotees.
Right.
They are doing tapasya. They are waiting for the raj to be fallen on their leaves.
They're waiting for?
The raj which you gave.
The dust. So they are Rasika devotees.
Rasiks.
And that's why they deserve to be in Braj. Yes,
They
wonderful.
are all rasiks.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. Maybe you come and you give seminar. I should hear from you. But you please, anytime. No, I'm serious. I'm not...
Excuse me, what did she say? We consider them to be?
Rasika devotees. Rasika, that means those who can really relish the rasa, the devotional mellows of Braj.
The trees. Yeah.
The trees,
They are
yes.
in the form of trees.
Yes.
You can't see them.
Because in Braj, everything and everyone is conscious. The stones are conscious, the grass is conscious, everything is fully conscious and is serving Krishna.
It's from the spiritual world.
Yes. So like, Radharani, was it? Yes, Radharani, she goes to the forest and she says, okay, now, because she and Krishna, they are coming to perform their pastimes, so they need a suitable environment. So she will ask the trees to dance. And then the trees will start moving the branches. And then she will say, now sing. And they will start to make gentle sound with their leaves, and the bees will start humming. So like this, the whole forest of Vrindavan is serving Radha and Krishna because they're all fully conscious beings, right? So let's go. So I just tried like this. When you go, you see all different flowers that you never see if you're in Vrindavan downtown. It just grows you see all the birds, kingfisher or fisher king? I always, kingfisher. You see, I'm always mixing. You see, of course, the cows with the natural tilak on their foreheads. Gopal's cows are always there. Look how beautiful. Beautiful. Kurmarupa Prabhu, who lived many years in Vrindavan and who made this beautiful Goshala, is still there. He said That's how you recognize a beautiful cow. It will have long ears. So this one is so-so according to that standard, but it's actually beautiful. But he said long ears. That's considered beautiful. These are Brijvasis. They're so happy. They're so happy to see us. When they see you coming to serve Radha and Krishna, their heart is yours. Your, or scenes like this, just a beautiful lake. These are the small huts that are actually made from the cow dung and the soil, and they build them so that they make cow dung patties, and when they are dry in the sun, they put them in these small huts to preserve them, and then they use them for fire, for cooking, for heating, for warming, This is also another very common scene. When we go through the villages, Brijvasis will come out, and you see in these cups, they will make, I don't know how to pronounce properly, chach. It's buttermilk. It's yogurt mixed with water, maybe some spices, and they will give that to the pilgrims because they want to welcome you. So it's and they really bring, we don't see on the photo here, I believe, but she had buckets. They bring buckets and they just give to everyone, it's amazing. The hospitality, the welcoming. Or this sadhu, he was in a place before Adi Badrinath, in a small temple, and then he realized that our group is coming. We are around 1,400 devotees, and we have big loudspeakers for kirtan at the front of the group. So he heard that we are coming, and as you see, he has here something that he wants to offer as worship, And then this is the video of him, what he did when the deities came, because we always walk with the deities at the front. There is Prabhupada Murti carried on the head of someone, and there is also Gornitai deities, and this is what he did. So they come out and they offer obeisances. And then he offered some flowers to the deities. Such a culture. So you see here, there are deities. So he's welcoming the deities and Prabhupada and all the devotees then. So wonderful. What a culture. And they don't look if we are from the West and who we are, and they are just loving, so loving. Such wonderful Baba. Yes. So respectful, so humble. Who are we to be offered this respect? This is a very special place on the way to Adi Badrinath. Is that, what's the time? I hope I'm not that far.
Did you make that visual video yourself?
Yes, I made it. Yeah, most of the photos and videos I made last year when we were in Braj Mandal, but sometimes when I don't have the photo or photo is not allowed, then I went online, and then online you find almost everything. Not everything, but...
I'm not sure, but is it Svayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj?
Yes, you're right. Right here, he's speaking. Yes, he did, last year he did the whole Braj Mandal Parikrama. He was there. So this is a special place. It's called Kadamba Kanana. They are beautiful Kadamba trees, very, very big, very huge, and devotees who live there, they say they're very old, and they consider them to be as all the trees in Braj, they are the witnesses of the pastimes of Radha Krishna, and Kadamba Kanana is one of the famous Rasa Stalis, the places where Rasa dance, Rasa Lila takes place. So we came here, we heard a class, and especially here where Krishna performs rasa dance, that means the dust all dust in Braj is touched by Krishna, but especially here, you want to get the touch of that dust. And then all the devotees, first of all, we went to the trees, and this is one recommendation to do. Yeah, huge, beautiful, beautiful trees. I had to make photo of the soil there because it's so precious. And then you go and you embrace the trees. That's what you do in Braj. You embrace, you have a loving exchange with the tree. And then You might even get some tears in your eyes after that. And at some point, everyone might just fall on the ground. That was very hot. And we had to wait there for a while. And everyone just lay down. And actually, we didn't have to. We could continue to encampment. But many devotees, because the encampment was just 10 more minutes, we just stayed here in that dust. It's the best thing, you know. You just lay down and you sleep on the soil of Braj under this. Look how beautiful and how big this tree. It means it's very old tree.
Where is it now?
Kadamba Kanana. Kadamba Kanana
Oh, okay.
is the place, like our Kadamba Kanana Maharaj. Yes. Just like this, full surrender. No worry, just trusting. I sat next to this Mataji, and then I noticed this around her neck. There are many, many Bengalis, and I will show you what was there. And she explained to me that this is the photo of her father, this is her mother, I believe they already passed away, and this is her brother. So she's walking Braj Mandal Parikrama, and she's carrying them with her in the form of photos so that they are also getting the benefit, and she's praying for them. And often, mostly Russian devotees who are so devotional, they would carry like 10, 20 sometimes laminated photos of some devotees. And every kund where we would go, they would take these laminated photos and they would bathe the photo in the kund. And it's the best thing to do, to serve devotees, because we cannot expect the Dham to open up to us if we are not the servants. And for example, Keshava Swami, whom you mentioned, he was actually every day going and serving, at least lunch he was serving, if not breakfast also. He was serving to devotees. It was wonderful to see him, you know, he's sannyasi, he can just sit and, you know, have his meal in peace or so, but he was going and serving in the sun, because he knows that's the key of getting Krishna's attention, if you serve his devotees. Like yesterday, we served Giriraj, who is also, well, he's also Krishna, but he's also a devotee. So by serving a devotee of the Lord, we can really get his blessings. Confirmed by the lordships themselves. Yeah, this is Brijbasi. I just entered this courtyard. There was a lady on this bed and some kids, and they immediately they sat me down. They brought me some roti. If you can notice, this roti here looks dark. Yeah, so that's yes, millet, bajra, right? Bajra. They serve that at winter time because it's warming for the body. So they have this understanding of the main principles of Ayurveda. And bajra roti is the best thing in the whole. It's even better than the regular bajra roti, right? But like I was going and I was just thinking, oh, it's gonna be cold, and just that I get some bajra roti because I got some many years ago, and there I got one. And then I actually also made, I'm not sure what it is, maybe it is bajra, because I'm not a farmer, but Mataji is saying, because that was in their courtyard. The grains, it was the time of harvest, they would collect the grains and then they would spread it to dry in the sun. Yeah, because this is now dry period. And yeah, I was trying also to make photos of many different flowers and plants. This is Chaya, or at least that's how I called him. I was shocked that he didn't, that the devotees, this is one of these two bulls that were pulling the bullock carts, and they didn't have names, so he became my best friend during this parikrama, because somehow, yeah, Braj Mandal Parikrama is hard on the body and on the mind. It can be because of the climate and whatever you have to go through. But then anytime I felt like I have no more strength to continue, I just went to him and I would stay with him. And I still remember he smelled so beautifully. His skin just smelled always so pure and so good. And he had a very kind nature. If you spend some time with the cows, you also understand they really have their own nature. Like Kurmarupa Prabhu in his Goshala, he had a cow that was named Jatila, and she was really Jatila. You didn't want to come close. She would always come with the horns, and like so you would always run away. So So, and I call him Chaya. I didn't know, somehow it came, Chaya means shadow, and he's so dark, and somehow it came to my mind. I'm sure he deserves a better name. But we really became good friends, and I would go, that's another way how to get...
Chaya is again this thing, shade.
Shade, yes, shadow,
Shadow.
yes, yes. So another way to get Krishna's attention in Braj or anywhere, also here, is to go and to take care of his cows or go to brush them. Yeah, so that's what we did. And that was his companion. He was not of that kind nature, but he was actually a bit not so, he wasn't so trusting. We concluded maybe he was not taken well care of previously, not with the devotees, but after some time, then he let me in. Yes, yeah. This is now Adi Badrinath. Adi, what does that mean? There is in Himalayas we have 4 famous places where Indian or devotees, yes, they will go to for.
Yamunotri and Gangotri.
Yes, Yamunotri, Gangotri, Badrinath, and Kedarnath. Yes, but that's in Himalayas. But this is now in Braj, and it's called Adi Badrinath. Why it's called Adi? Adi means the original one. So we understand that all the holy places have their source and origin in Braj. And if you do Braj Mandal Parikrama, you have made parikrama of all other places. You don't have to go anywhere else to do anything else. And it's interesting when we were we're not getting that far, but there are so many nice things to say. I have to come back next year if they invite me again. So it's interesting, like I was in one ashram with some Brijbasis in Vrindavan before, and I know them for some time, and there is one, he's like a main manager of the ashram. He's a bit older already, and he's like, and he looked at me a bit like, he wasn't that, how do you say, impressed, or I don't know. He was a bit like, he was never very warm to me, or like, he was like, like, who is this here, you know?
Attitude.
Yes, a bit of attitude. He has his right, you know, he's older, he's there for a long time. I came, and he didn't know me that well. And then I was in the ashram, then I disappeared for 1 month because I was in Braj Mandal Parikrama, and then I came back, and he already knows me from some previous years, and he was always like that. And then I came back, and he also doesn't speak English, so he was like, where were you? Like, where were you? I said, oh, Braj Mandal Parikrama. And at that moment, when I said that, his eyes were just like, and he was all super impressed. Yes, he was, and he was like, oh, and then he was saying, and I understood, he was saying, now you saw everything, all the tears, oh, and from that day, our relationship completely changed. There, as I said, Brijbasis, when you come there and you come to serve Krishna, they are, you attract their hearts. They are then yours. So this is the temple of Adi Badrinath. This is the original Badrinath. And this is the altar with 3 sections. So in this first section, there is Lord Shiva. I believe I have the photos. And it's the temple is beautiful with mosaic. You can see here. I even have some photos later. So that's one. That's a super nice pastime. Let's see if we get that far, because it didn't happen here, but it's depicted here. You see Radharani and Krishna doing something with the hair of one Naga Baba. So maybe later. This is on the altar. On the left, here is Lord Shiva. This is Lord Ganesh. And then if we continue further, you still see Lord Ganesh here, or Ganesh. And then there is Narayan and Uddhava, because when Krishna left the earth, actually Uddhava got the instruction to go to Badrinath and to do tapasya there. So Uddhava is still present there. And then the third small altar on the side has Radha Krishna deities, Gopal, many Shilas. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's the most remote place in Vrindavan, most rural. That's the only place in Braj where you don't get any signal for the phone. It's surrounded by a beautiful forest still today. It's full-on forest with always so many, there are flocks of peacocks constantly flying over. It's it's really something to go and to experience. Yeah, these are some of the mosaics on the inside of the temple. It's on a small hill, and at the bottom of the hill is Taptakund. If we go to Badrinath in Himalayas, we have Tapasya Kund. In Himalayas, it's very cold, so Tapasya Kund is very hot. And here is the other way around. Braj can be very hot, so this kund is super cold. You really have to, if you want to take bath here, it's, and yes, I don't know now, I'm so bad with measures, but this is at the bottom of the hill, and then the temple comes, so it's really quite some height. At least, I don't know. Oh, I'm so bad with, but maybe like 2 stories or 3 stories. And then I remember 20 years ago when we were there, the son of Bhadra Prabhu, who is guiding the parikrama, he was around 15, 16, 17, or maybe even older, but there was a group of boys and they were jumping from the roof of the temple into the kund because they say that's why it's so cold. It's super, super deep. And every morning, the girls from the village that is right next to it come with the pots on their heads and they sing Brijbasi songs. And they take bath, they wash cloth, they take water for home. It's one of the most preserved, like, Braj areas.
You said it's cold because it's deep?
Yes, because it's very deep, so the water cannot be heated by the sun or by the heat. It's, or that's what we think. Who would know? What is the real secret and mystery there? Another view, a bit more, like.
What's the name again?
Adi Badrinath. Adi Badrinath is the place, and this is Tapta Kund. Tapta or Tapasya sometimes. It's a beautiful place. And just before that main temple, that is another ancient temple of Yoga Maya. Again, Yoga Maya, to whom we can pray to be under her jurisdiction and not under under the influence of the Mahamaya that is more present in the material world. That's just one picture from the temple. I actually still need to find out what it is about. One day I will. Let's go. So that was here, actually, the Yoga Maya is right here. And this is all like, it's a beautiful old temple. And this is the forest around it. It's just like that. No buildings, even the village is a bit further away. Just forest, also, yeah, many peacocks, many parrots.
It looks magical, beautiful.
It is magical. And then you go to parikrama through that area because, yeah, that's also interesting. Braj is mostly flat, which does help with parikrama because at least you don't have to go up and down. But this area, when you come, which is considered to be the area of Himalayas in Braj, it's full of hills. It's very interesting, like nowhere else, you don't find that, and then you come here, and it's full of hills. So here is also Rishikesh is there, Haridwar is there, Triveni, how is it called? Sangam, yes, where Ganga, Saraswati, and Yamuna, like in Himalayas, everything is there. So we do that parikrama, and we come to this lake, which is considered the lake of Mansarovar in Himalayas. Is it? Maybe I mixed it. I'll skip here. We anyway don't have that much time left. You see, like this, fields as the sun is rising. These images really go deep into the heart. Even the smell. Sometimes here in the West, I go out in the morning when it's like this foggy. If I'm somewhere like where it's a lot of forest or so, and I feel the smell, and it just reminds me of that, and it's so wonderful. And of course, you see many peacocks along the way. Many. They're very shy usually, but. And this is how they make cow dung patties by hand, and then they place them to dry. And Kurmarupa Prabhu, he told me, he said, come every morning to make cow dung patties, and then because your skin will absorb the ingredients from the cow dung, you will remain very healthy. It's a very good thing to do. And things that are cooked on these patties are the most wonderful. And if you're sick, if you have some, the first time I went to Vrindavan, I had malaria. It was really intense. And then they told me, maybe even he told me, he said, yeah, take a cow dung bath. How? You take cow dung, you put a bit of water in it so that it becomes a bit more liquid, and then you smear it on yourself, the whole body, everything, because it will take out not only, it will take the subtle remains of the disease. And then you wait for like 20 minutes or so, and then you wash it all like that. So cow dung, yeah, cows. So auspicious. So you see, when you go through the villagers go out, and this is how they might look when they see you coming. For example, look at this boy. He's like, there is a bit of a question mark, like, even, what are you doing? And then you just need to greet them with Radhe Radhe, and this happens. I literally said Radhe Radhe, and immediately they're like, oh, yes, that's why you're here. Then they love you. It's so, they're so simple, so simple and so deep. And this is Kedarnath. Oh, the story of Adi Badrinath. I think maybe we will be finishing with that. So the previous story, how did Adi Badrinath appear in this world? At one point, Narada Muni went to the spiritual world to visit Vishnu. And what was Vishnu doing with Lakshmi? What they usually do? Vishnu,
He lies down.
he's lying down, and Lakshmi is massaging his lotus feet. And then Narada Muni came and he said, look, every time I come to see you, I see the same scene. And people look up to you. So what will, oh, you're also here. Thank you so much. He did so much yesterday, both of them. And still they came right after service. Thank you so much. So what did he, Narada Muni says, so what will the common people do? You know, if this is the example that you're giving to them, so you should do some austerity. And Vishnu, look how humble he is. He's God himself. He said, oh, yes. So he said to Lakshmi Devi, okay, let's go and let's look for a suitable place. And they even asked Narada Muni, they said, what is a good place? He said, Badrinath, because Badrinath is known, whatever austerity you do there, it counts 1,000 times more. So he said, that's the best place. They said, okay. So they went there. That was a beautiful residence there. And who was there? Shiva and Gauri and Parvati, they were there. And they had a plan. So, Lord Vishnu had a plan. So Shiva and his wife, they came out and they wanted to go and to take bath at the beginning of the day. And suddenly they saw a small boy. And you know how ladies are, with motherly heart. She saw a small boy and she said, oh, what are you doing here all alone? And it's cold, it's like, and the boy was just like, looking. And Shiva said, no, just leave him. Don't go near to him. She couldn't resist. So she went to the boy and she brought him back into the residence. She left him there, and Shiva and herself, they went to take bath. And when they came back, all the doors, all the windows, everything was locked. And they were trying again and again to enter, and they couldn't. And Shiva said, you see, I told you, our Lord, you cannot trust him. So then, that's how actually Lakshmi and Narayan, they actually stayed to reside in Adi Badrinath. And that's why the deities are Badri Narayan. Narayan is Narayan himself, and Badri.
Badri is a tree. Lakshmi,
Yes.
What does Lakshmi did?
Yes.
Turned into a tree, so to give shade to Lord Vishnu when he was doing the tapasya.
Not only that's why, but for us ladies, it's very austere. So, so she said, I will stay here, not in my original form, but I will stay in the form of a tree, Badri. And there is also there, even today, if you go to Adi Badrinath, there are trees with small Badri is the fruit, right, or the berry of the tree. Yeah, so that's why Badri Narayan, yes. And so Badri and Narayan, they stayed there, and then Shiva and Gauri, they said, okay, we need to go somewhere else, so they just went to Kedarnath, yes. And this is the view from Kedarnath. Again, it's a hill, it's a rocky hill in the middle of all this flat landscape. It's absolutely amazing. And this is where everyone is climbing, and here where this big rock is, there is actually an opening, and you have to go down onto your knees and to crawl and to get the darshan of Lord Shiva. This is from actually when you enter from this side, then you pass him like this. Here is Lord Shiva, here is his devotee. And I was just sitting here on the top, and I made a photo, but then I found online, because I couldn't make photo from the front, because you have 1,500 devotees waiting in the line. And all the Indian Matajis have brought all the fruits and flowers that are offered to Lord Shiva, and they are doing the whole puja, and you have to wait. And I thought, okay, I won't be that one. But I found online, because the pujari says that this is the only place that you can actually see the face of Lord Shiva on Shiva Lingam. And he says that around 6 p.m. in the evening, when the sun is setting and the rays of the setting sun fall on Lord Shiva, you can even see the moon on his forehead. That's what they say. I haven't received that darshan. That's the view. And they always say that, and I've never seen it because it's always foggy at that time of the year, but they always say from that hill you would see also Nandagram and Varshana, that view goes really long, but it's always foggy when we are up there, so we never see that. And this is at night. This is that hill. This where you see the lights, that's the path up. It's with lights at night. And here on top is Lord Shiva, Kedarnath. So, this is the most wonderful place. 2 minutes before we stop, so I will not start it. It's Kamyavan. It's one of the biggest forests. Kamyavan or Kamavan comes from the word Kam, which means desire. So it's the place where the gopis fulfilled their desire to dance with Krishna. And it's also the place where all desires get fulfilled. So whenever we go to Kamavan, the devotees will tell us, be careful what you desire and make sure you desire a good thing, because also Lord Kameshwar, Shiva, is also there, and he's Ashutosh, he's easily pleased, so he fulfills all the desires. I'm very sad that I couldn't say anything more about Lord Shiva, because there is a beautiful story from the Puranas when Radharani asks Krishna, why is Shiva so dear to you? And then Krishna tells all the reasons and why he looks the way he looks. But yeah, maybe some other time. So, thank you so much for your kind participation, for your attention, for your presence after all the wonderful services that you have done in all these days. And at the end, oh yes, we still have 1 minute for the most important thing. Prabhupada is, yes, he's such a devotee. He's a pure devotee, but then he's also such a genius who can explain the most sublime and complex truths in the language that even a child can understand. So I'll leave you with that. If you forget everything of this, which is quite likely, please try to remember this, because it's from Prabhupada. So he says, listen to this logic, so good. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, even a small child, 2 plus 2. So then Prabhupada, based on that, what conclusion do you bring? I wouldn't bring such a conclusion. So, Krishna plus everything equals Vrindavan. In other words, the point that he was making, whatever you do, wherever you are, bring Krishna in the center of your life, and then you will create Vrindavan, right? So it's 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, 2 plus 2 confirmed equal to 4, and so based on that, the conclusion, Krishna plus everything equals Vrindavan. So we can stop here, offer our obeisances to Shri Radha Gopinath, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Gornitai, Lalita Vishaka, and in the direction of Shri Vrindavan down. And that's how we end.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No. Done.
Jagamanoloba Jnana Vitatama Jagamanoloba Jnana Vitatama Jagamanoloba Dakinanita Chan Dada Dakinanita Chan Bamegadada Dakinanita Chan Bamegadada Dakinanita Chan Nikateya Tetasin Vasachatradara Nikateya Tetasin Vasachatradara Nikate Advetasi Vasachatradara Nikate Advetasi Vasi Yache Gaura Chan Rakasi Masan Vasi Yache Vasi Yache Gaura Chan Rakasi Masan Vasi Yache Gaura Chan Rakasi Masan Aroti Kore Na Brahma Aride Pagane Aroti Kore Na Brahma Aride Pagane Aroti Kore Na Brahma Aride Pagane Aride Pagane Narahari Hari Tori Chamaralula Narahari Narahari Hari Tori Chamaralula Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosari Gaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosari Gaya Sangka Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karata Sangka Bhaje Sangka Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karata Sangka Kala Dura Ganga Bahu Koti Chandra Dini Jana Uiba Bahu Koti Bahu Koti Chandra Dini Nahuiba Bahu Radhadesh Vanamala Kore Jala Mala Radhadesh Radhadesh Vanamala Kore Jala Mala Shiva Shukanarada Pranagadaga Shiva Shukanarada Shiva Shukanarada Shiva Bhakati Vinoda Gaurara Sampada Bhakati Vinoda Bhakati Vinoda Gaurara Sampada Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Bharati Daso Shiva Jaya Jaya Jana Vitata Jagamano no Jana Vitata Jamano Jana Vitata Jagamano Jagamano loba Gaurande aroti soba Jagamano lo Gaurande aroti soba Jagamano loba Gaurande aroti soba Gaurande aroti soba Jaga Jagamano loba Gaurande aroti soba Jagamano Haribo 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 Nita Gaura Haribo Nita Gaura Haribo Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Gopale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitya Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Askyatyadesa Karine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhadesh Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhadesh Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhadesh Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhadesh Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha Gopinata, Radha Gopinata, Radha Gopinata, Radha Re. Jaya Radha Gopinata, Jaya Radha Gopinata, Radha Gopinata, Radha Gopinata, Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Vishnupada Paramahams, Parivrajikacharya Shtota Rashada Shri Shrimati Dhanika Swami, Abhaya Charnaravinda Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaja Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Iskon Vardhana Guru Vrinda Ki Jai, Prem Sako Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinatha Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhana Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dhama Ki Jai, Shri Mayapur Navadvipa Dhama Ki Jai, Shri Jagannatha Purushottama Kshetra Dhama Ki Jai, Ganga Maya Munamaya Ki Jai, Tulasi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gaura. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narashimhaya. Namaste Narashimhaya. Savakara Kamalavare Naga Adbhuta Sringa Dali Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Savakara Sadhu Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Nishimhade Jaya Nishimhade Jaya Nishimhade Jaya Nishimhade Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gopinatha Radha Gopinatha Radha Gopinatha Sri Radhe Radha Gopinatha Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nishimadev Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premananda.
So now we're going to be reading Krishna book. So everyone's welcome to stay. We make a semicircle in front of Srila Prabhupada.
We're doing from this 10th canto, the stories about Krishna. That's what we're doing. You going to stay?
Yeah, I'm going to stay.
Okay. Right now.
We don't know how many of us are going to be here tonight.